Well, you know what makes the Hocking Hills so unique is that you can visit this area about any time of the year. We chose to come in and try it in the summertime, and it's absolutely filled with a lot of things to do, like the pencil sharpener museum that we're at now. Plenty of lodging and just lots of fun. Plus, we stopped by Home Depot and got some great ideas for Father's Day. Stay with us. There's much more ahead. Well, Ash Cave, Old Man's Cave, Lake Logan, just some of the names that you see when you walk into Explore Hocking Hills. And this should be your first stop if you're coming down to the Hocking Hills to get all the information about what's happening down this way. We had an opportunity to talk to Karen Raymore about those events. You know, the thing that I noticed about the Hocking Hills is it's good all year round. It's not one of those seasonal places. Every time of the year is a good time to come to Hocking Hills. But I know right now is a great time. Tell us what's going on down here.
Well, of course, it's kind of the beginning of our peak season as we start into the summer months. And I think everybody's ready for a getaway, particularly after the winter we just survived.
No doubt about it.
And we've got some great new attractions. The folks at Hocking Hills Canopy Tours seem to continue to come up with new adventures for people. And this year, they're opening, actually they'll open in June, Segway tours. And it's not just your average, ride down pavement. These are all-terrain off-road segways. On this tour, it's really a nature-based tour. So they've got a lot of property, and you're by the river, you're past caves. It's just a beautiful tour. The other new attraction that is opening is their X zip line, which is an extreme zip line adventure, 11 new lines. You'll actually zip over the Hocking River twice and through a sandstone cave. So it's a little bit more of an adrenaline rush than the first zip that they introduced back in 2008. There's also the new jetpack water adventure. You can fly like Buck Rogers if you want over water.
I've seen those. Those are very neat.
Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun too. Always the old standby is great hiking in the Hocking Hills, and the parks are all open. The folks at the DNR always do such a tremendous job welcoming people, and of course we welcome over 3 million every year here in the Hocking Hills, but there's lots of great sites.
Fantastic. Well, I know the Washboard Festival's coming up. We're going to talk to you about that a little bit later on in the show, and we'll see you in downtown Logan with that.
Wonderful.
Karen, where do we get more information about Explore Hocking Hills?
Just that, exploreHockingHills.com. Can't be any simpler.
Fantastic. Karen, thanks so much for being on the show. We'll see you in a little bit. We'd like to catch some nice trophy-sized fish like that, enjoy all kind of hiking trails in the Wayne National Park. Well, we found a place located and situated to both, and it's called First Choice Cabin Rental, Sandy Run. We talked to Bernie Roll about this wonderful place. So, Bernie, tell me a little bit about First Choice Cabin Rentals.
First Choice Cabin Rentals was started in 2013 when we acquired Sand Run Lake Resort. Sand Run Lake Resort is situated on a beautiful 7 acres, bordering 200 acres of Wayne National Forest. From there, guests have an opportunity to go and venture into the trail system, and if you're into ATV, dirt bike, horseback riding, or even just hiking, there's something here for everybody.
So, Bernie, you have 3 cabins here on the property at Sandy Run. Tell me a little bit about those.
So we do have 3 cabins on the property. They sleep 6 to 12 people very comfortably. If you're into having large family reunions or hosting wedding destinations, we can accommodate through all 3 cabins. We can sleep 26 people very comfortably. So currently today we're in the Pines. The Pines is a 4-bedroom cabin with a kitchen, bathroom, and great room accented with beautiful knotty pine. We have 2 bedrooms in the Pines that are actually considered suites. They have queen-size beds, and one has a balcony overlooking a beautiful water wheel. The kitchen has full amenities, so it has all your large and small appliances for hosting large events and cooking beautiful meals. We also have another cabin on our property called the Whitetail Cabin. That cabin sleeps 8 people very comfortably, and it has all the same amenities as this cabin. The third cabin on our property is called Sand Run, and it can sleep 6 people very comfortably, and it has all the modern amenities as well. All 3 of our cabins have just been recently redone in 2013, so they are beautiful and they're fresh.
Well, Bernie, sounds like there's a lot to do down here. How do we get more information, and how do we make reservations?
You can go to firstchoicecabinrentals.com, or you can go and give us a call at 610-858-1756.
Well, today it's just a normal hustle bustle of the city here in Logan, but in just a few short days, it is going to be the Washboard Festival, one of the biggest events down here. There's going to be arts and crafts, lots of things for the kids, lots of music too. We talked to Karen Raymore to learn more about this big festival that comes to Logan each year. Well, Karen, they're going to be closing about 4 blocks of Old Logan for this Washboard Festival. How many years has this been going on?
This will be the 14th year.
This is a big event in this area, isn't it?
It's a huge event, and for good reason. It's completely free, even the rides for the kids. And that's an amazing thing, because it's rare that you find a community festival that continues to be that affordable, and particularly, like I said, the rides for the kids makes it really easy for a family to come down and have a great time. There's 3 stages with ongoing music.
Yeah, music's a big part of this festival, isn't it?
That's really what it's all about, is the music, and all of the bands feature a washboard, appropriately so. Thursday night, the whole event kicks off with Arnett Howard. The music just continues all day Friday, all day Saturday, into Friday night and Saturday night. And then in addition to that, there's a quilt show at the Bowen House. It's a different quilt show or quilt group every year that's featured. There are arts and crafts vendors all down Main Street. And then, of course, all that delicious fair food.
Absolutely. You can't forget that.
Yeah, can't forget that. Yeah.
You diet in the wintertime.
That's right. That's right. Well, the nice thing is you can walk up and down the street and work it off. There will be a car show, tractor pull,
They got a beer garden, right?
Yes, they have a beer garden, so you can relax. You can walk a little bit, you can relax a little bit, but it really is a great family event, very family friendly, and lots of fun. It's every year, same time, which is the Thursday before Father's Day is when it starts. The Ohio Arts Council is a big sponsor of this, but the reason that this festival remains free every year is due to the generosity of the local community. Every year they come in and donate and support and sponsor, and none of it would be possible without them.
Where do we get more information, Karen, for people who want to come down from Columbus?
Washboardmusicfestival.com, great website.
Well, Glen Laurel has been here since 1994. It's a beautiful, romantic getaway for the weekend with a lot of activities. We talked to Sabrina McCart about some of the things that you can find here at Glen Laurel Inn. Well, Sabrina, thanks so much for having us at Glen Laurel. I was here in 1994 when this inn first opened, and it has just grown to massive proportions. So talk to our viewers a little bit about what they're going to find at Glen Laurel.
They are going to find a one-stop destination. Once you pull into your parking spot here, just an easy hour drive from Columbus, but worlds away. We have our own private hiking trails and gorge and waterfalls that rival a lot of the state parks near here. Our pub, where we have our social hour every night with great Scottish ales, liquors, other wines. We have fine dining, our 6-course fine dining and 7-course on Saturday night with a bagpiper, individual cottages and crofts, and our 8-hole golf course.
You said 8-hole golf course. I'd never heard of that. It's a Scottish-themed golf course, correct?
Yes, it is. The Scottish lore is that it could be anywhere from 5 to 25 holes. This land lent itself to 8 holes. It's sand tees and sand greens, which is very unique. And there's a pail of sand and a pail of water up there, and you mound your own tee with the sand and water mixture.
Why the Scottish theme? What was the idea behind this in the beginning?
The original and visionary creator, Michael Daniels, had Scottish heritage as well, and had this property, and he and his partner just envisioned this to be a Scottish-themed property.
I would think you guys probably book up pretty heavily, especially this time of the year.
This time of the year and fall. Fall is very popular down here. It is stunning. It is gorgeous down here. I lived in New York for a while, and the East Coast can have its beautiful peepers, but here it's stunning. It's gorgeous.
So how do we make reservations, and where do we get more information about Glen Laurel Inn?
We have our website, a fabulous website, and we have pictures of all of our accommodations. That's glenlaurel.com, and you can call as well.
If you've missed any of today's show, you can watch it online anytime. OutandAboutColumbus.com. Stay up to date with all the latest news, events, and information from Out and About Columbus by liking us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Out and About Columbus. Well, we came down to the Hocking Hills to take a canoe ride. We grabbed one of these vests and jumped into a canoe, and then we talked to Sybil Barbini about Hocking Hills Adventures. Well, Sybil, you know, when I pulled up, I saw the original. What does that mean?
About 40 years ago, my father-in-law, Lou Barbini, started this company. He started with just a few canoes and a couple kayaks, and before the Hocking Hills was even what it is today. And now we've become a pretty big business. We have 150 canoes, 50 kayaks. We have 11 double kayaks. We've got rafts. We've got 3 different campgrounds. So we've grown quite a lot in these 40 years.
You also, aside from this area that we're in, where the canoe livery is, you also have an adventure land or a fun place as well, right? And what do they have there?
Exactly. We do have our fun center, which also has, that's where our Riverside campground is located. We also have electric sites at another campground up there. And at the fun center, we have go-karts, mini golf, we have a golf driving range. We also have 5 Amish camper cabins, and it's just a really great area to have fun.
You guys give a lot back to the community. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Like I said, I mean, we started a long time ago, almost 40 years ago, before the Hocking Hills was really what it is today. And just taking all of that in, we really want to give back to our community. So we do have a pretty big event that we have. This is our 4th year going into the Paddle for the Battle, and we have a canoe race, and 100% of the proceeds goes to the Columbus affiliate of the Susan G. Komen. We also have a pink canoe that people can rent, which is really neat, and 100% of the proceeds for that go to our local cancer support group.
Well, how do we get more information? How do we book up a canoe trip or come up and see the fun adventures?
Well, it's really easy to get a hold of us. You can call our local's phone number is 740-385-8685. We also have a really easy to remember website. It's www.canoerental.com, and you can make reservations on there, see lots of pictures, and get lots of information.
Well, on our trip to Hocking Hills, we were looking for some quality food, so we stopped by the Hocking Hills Lodge and Restaurant, and we found some great food down here at some family-friendly prices. We talked to Matt Raffacelli about this wonderful restaurant. So Matt, tell me, how long have you had the lodge, and what brought you to managing or owning this lodge?
Over to this location. So we started 2 years ago with the lodge over at Lake Hope State Park, my partner and myself. We got that one opened, like I said, just about 2 years ago. And then last year, Memorial Day weekend, just about a year ago, we took over operations at this lodge here at Hocking Hills State Park. It's just a location that we really liked. We like destination areas that are interesting for visitors, and wanted to bring our level of food service to the location.
And this is one of the few lodges in the state that doesn't actually have housing or lodging in here, but they have cabins here, right?
Correct. So yeah, this is a lodgeless lodge. This one and the one at Lake Hope. So they're all dining operations or dining facilities and banquet room facilities. And then the state has their cabins or cottages on the property, but they're not connected with the lodge itself.
You really like to use a lot of local ingredients. Talk to us a little bit about that.
We do. So we utilize as much Ohio-produced products as possible, whether they be commercially produced or very local, regional, from local farmers. We try to incorporate those in the menus as much as possible. We felt pretty strongly, since it was a state park, that was a good fit, as well as just being really good quality ingredients that we could source.
What's your signature dish, and what keeps people coming back in here?
Well, one of the things that's become incredibly popular at both locations is that at each location we have an all wood-fired smokers that we brought up from Texas that we utilize. So we use a butternut hickory is both the heat source and the flavoring for the smoked meats, and brisket has become absolutely one of the most popular things we do, hands down.
And it's a tasty one, huh?
It's a tasty one. Yep, it's very different than what you get at most barbecue places, and that's due solely to the smokers that we use.
You know, Matt, and looking at your menu, I got to tell you, very family-friendly prices as well.
Was also critical for us. We feel very strongly that folks coming to a state park, you have the full spectrum. Folks who are here on a really limited budget, and those with much more disposable income. So we wanted to make sure the menu reflected that, and that there was something for everybody.
Where do we get more information about coming down and having dinner here?
All right, well, very good. We have a couple of options. We have two websites. One is lakehopelodge.com, and then this location is hockinglodge.com. This phone number for the Hocking Hills Lodge is 740-380-0400.
Well, we stopped by Rocky Boot, and if you're looking to save 25 to 80%, then you want to watch this next segment. We talked to Micah Covert about some of the great deals here at Rocky Boot in Nelsonville. So, Micah, tell me, what would viewers find coming down to the Rocky Boot store?
Well, any viewer that comes down to the Rocky Outdoor Gear store would find lots of great deals for our Rocky brand, our Georgia brand, our Durango brand. You'd find the Boot Factory Grill where they could get some great food. You'd also find our tourism center with lots of materials and information about the Hocking Hills and things here in Athens County.
It depends on what floor you're on, what kind of discount you're going to get. So kind of walk us through the building and what we're going to find.
Well, on the first floor we have all of our men's first quality products. So we have boots and apparel if you're hunting, working, fishing, biking, cycling, any of those things you would want to shop here.
What kind of savings on this floor?
On this floor, the discounts are 25 to 50% off, and it's our good first quality items.
Now, I've been up to the second floor, and I know that's a lot of men's discount and stuff, so talk to me a little bit about that.
So the second floor, we have the deep discounts on the men's items. We have discontinued inventory, we have excess inventory, we have items that are samples that never made it to production. Those items are all between 50 to 80% off, so you really want to check out the second floor.
And I know I found some good deals up there. That is a fantastic place. You know, one of the things that I think people get confused about, they think this is all guys. It's not, is it? They have something there for the ladies as well.
Absolutely not. The third floor is all women's and kids and houseware and gift items. So on the third floor, ladies can find our Durango boots, our women's Rockies, our women's Georgia boots for work, for hunting, cowgirl boots, and also some Columbia and Woolrich items, and lots of giftware too.
So we get all done shopping, and now we're hungry. So hook me up in here.
Well, you don't have far to go because the Boot Factory Grill is located right here in the Rocky Outdoor Gear store. They're known for their world famous bison burger. We have our homemade salads and soups. We have a salad bar. We have lunch specials every day, dinner specials on Thursday and Friday, and also a Sunday brunch buffet.
Well, for people coming down from Columbus, how do they find Rocky Boot and get more information about coming down here to enjoy a shopping spree?
We're just off of 33 bypass on the first Nelsonville exit. You can go to rockyboots.com or rockybrands.com at any time and check out our deals.
Well, we were looking for some first-class accommodations in the Hocking Hills, and we certainly found them here at Bourbon Ridge Retreat. We talked to Matt Pippin about this wonderful resort. Well, Matt, Bourbon Ridge Retreat, what a beautiful place. Tell us a little of the history and what kind of amenities this has in store for folks coming down the Hocking Hills.
Thank you, Mike. Bourbon Ridge was established in June of 2012, and we accommodate up to 24 people. We typically market towards groups of families, corporate retreats, weddings, and friends and family. Like I said, there's many different rentals in the Hocking Hills, and we try to set ourselves apart by, like I said, including some amenities that you wouldn't usually find, such as our in-ground 16-person hot tub, our authentic wood-fired brick oven, which we offer a free cooking service for any of our guests. Fun for all the kids to make their own pizzas. We cook them in 2 to 3 minutes, and everybody can sit down and eat at the custom-built 18-person table.
I looked at that dining room table and I walked in and, gee, man,
yes,
you could land a plane on it.
You know, it is pretty big, and like I said, we did have to build it inside the house because it's not coming out once it's in there. We also have an in-ground pool, which is heated. It's a 20 by 45 kidney-shaped pool. We use saltwater filtration systems on the pool and the hot tub, which is an eco-friendly approach. We have an 18 by 45 pavilion area, good for dining, seats up to 17 in there comfortably, with an additional 8 more seats outside here. We also boast the largest in-ground fire pit in the Hocking Hills that seats 24 comfortably. And inside, I think the most notable amenity would be our theater system. It's a 14-foot theater screen with 3 tiers of leather seating, 8 leather recliners, 2 couches, and if you're a Buckeyes fan or any other sports enthusiast, it's the room you want to be in during that time of the year.
How far in advance should we be booking up?
Typically, we book about a year in advance, and to find out more information about us, you can visit www.bourbonridgeretreat.com, and we've got a lot of pictures, descriptions, our availability calendar, rates, and everything.
If you've missed any of today's show, you can watch it online anytime. OutandAboutColumbus.com. Stay up to date with all the latest news, events, and information from Out and About Columbus by liking us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Out and About Columbus. Well, earlier in the show, Matt Pippin showed us the Bourbon Ridge Lodge and what a beautiful property that was. Well, now we're at the Laurel Run Lodge and another fantastic property with a lot of amenities. You won't believe what we learned about this place. So, Matt, another beautiful property that you're managing, and this one is just breathtaking. I mean, Bourbon Ridge is nothing to sneeze at. This is fabulous. Tell me a little bit about this property.
Okay, thank you. This property is situated on 140 acres. It's called the Lodge at Laurel Run. It has 7 bedrooms, 5.5 bath, and accommodates up to 17 comfortably. The lodge features an heated pool. We have a Sundance hot tub. We have several different dining areas on the outside exterior. We do weddings, corporate, and again, family outings.
You know what was amazing to me was to see that theater room. That is absolutely beautiful. Just one of the great amenities here.
Thank you. It's a new addition, and we're sure it's going to please the families and kids. We also have incredible kitchen below us downstairs. That features a 6-top burner gas griddle, anything you could possibly need to cook with. It's all here. You won't need a thing. We even provide oils and spices, things that you wouldn't normally find in a rental, vacation rental or lodge in the area. We try to add some special touches. You
know what's nice is the game room here. I noticed you got ping pong, you got pool. It looks like, you could just spend a day in there.
Well, yeah, the kids need something to do, right? And so we got ping pong, air hockey, the pool table, board games, puzzles, different things to keep them busy in case it's a rainy day. Otherwise, they're going to be outside swimming in the pool and the hot tub and exploring nature.
So I know Bourbon Ridge was like a year in advance. What about this property?
We just opened this rental in February, and it's taken off. I would highly advise year in advance reservations to get that prime weekend you're looking for.
And it is beautiful. Boy, I tell you, to bring a family here or have a wedding here, this would be a phenomenal place. Matt, how do we get more information?
You can visit us at www.lodge@laurelrun.com. Or you can give us a call at 1-800-836-9279.
Another fantastic property. Matt, thanks again.
Thanks a lot.
Are you tired of the same old boring gifts for Dad and your grad? Urban Baggery has unique gift ideas, perfect for any occasion. Brady showed me some perfect gift ideas for your upcoming occasions. Brady, Father's Day is right around the corner and graduations galore. Urban Baggery is the place to find the gift. They're practical and also unique.
We have all kinds of gifts for Father's Day and graduation. The first I'd like to talk about is Bosca. Bosca was started in Springfield, Ohio in 1911. These are the wallets that Bosca makes, a wide variety. From there, we talk about the Stringer bag, which is a very popular briefcase. A lot of storage in the backside for your computer and up front for all your accoutrements. It comes in many colors, and there's a wide variety in which to choose.
How about these?
Oh, this is something great. These are little diaries for a lot of my business travelers. Instead of putting something in their iPad, they can actually take some real personal notes on their favorite places and when they travel.
Brady, I love your hat. Tell us about that.
This hat is a Canadian company. Its name is Tilly. Great hat, very packable, lightweight, and gives you great protection from the sun. The next product I'd like to talk about for Father's Day is the USB shaver. Very simple, lightweight, easy to plug in for a charge when you're on the road traveling. For graduation, kids are always love to listen to music. What we have here is a portable speaker, lightweight, easy to pack, sounds great. The next product I'd love to talk about is Rawlings Sporting Goods has come out with a line of wallets. Of course, baseballs. Just like one. We also have paperweights. Then moving on for Father's Day, this is called the 2-in-1 Pillow by Eagle Creek. It starts out like this and actually becomes an actual pillow, which you can use either way.
That could be good for anyone.
Anyone. The last product I'd like to talk about for graduation is Timbuktu. It's a lightweight backpack, has the Joey system inside. What that is a lithium battery, which will give you 2 full charges to your tablet or 4 to your phone.
Whether your dad's a handyman or he grills up the evening meal, Home Depot is your one-stop shop for anything Dad can need. And if you can't decide, there's always the Home Depot gift card. We talked to Tina about some of the fantastic gift ideas you can find at the Home Depot. So Tina, this is a father's paradise here. Tell us what you have.
We have all sorts of stuff for the father who likes to grill. So we've got a Weber grill. If you can't go with a Weber grill, or he already has a grill that he likes, we've got all sorts of packages to help him out. Seasonings. We have this mallet that you can put the seasonings in and actually put it on there. We've got pizza stones, quesadillas, ribs, potatoes, stuffing hamburgers. There's all sorts of things that Dad can do out on the grill.
And if Dad needs a new grill, you guys have them, and this is great prices on these grills.
They are, yeah, and we've got this big charbroil here. It's going to be on special, and you can see whole lot of room for whatever kind of party Dad wants to give. And if you don't have a bunch of shade on the porch where Dad's grilling, you can also get this grill gazebo. As you can see, just enough room for the grill, Dad, and whatever else he needs out there.
And if you've got those projects for Dad around the house, Home Depot is the place to come. Let's talk about some of the great tools you have.
All right, well, yeah, we have plenty of tools for Dad at all sorts of different price points. So we have a 65-piece mechanics tool set that he might like. And I've heard lots of dads come in buying stuff like this because kids borrow it.
Oh, yeah.
And then borrow pieces and parts, and they need a whole new set. If he doesn't like having a whole bunch of stuff in his toolbox, you can actually go with something like this, one of the gadgets I like. It's called the Total Socket. You can see can do almost any kind of socket up to 44 sizes just with this one tool. If Dad has a compressor or likes to do a lot of woodwork, we have this palm sander here. It's low vibration. It does have to hook up to a compressor, but we've actually seen a demonstration where they put a drink on top and it doesn't spill. It's really comfortable to use.
Well, we had an opportunity to stop by Shorty's Resale Warehouse. This is the new business in the Port Clinton area. He also has been doing custom remodeling, and he's a guy from our part of town. He actually hails from the Grandview area. We had a chance to talk to him and learn more about his resale shop as well as his remodeling business. Well, Shorty, thanks so much for having us up here. Now, you know, I saw the grand opening signs out front for Shorty's Resale Warehouse.
Yes.
So tell me, and you're a Columbus guy,
yes,
living up here in Port Clinton now, so we want to tell everybody that, right, because that's their Columbus audience.
That's right.
But tell us a little bit about what you got going on up here.
Up here we go to auctions. Mm-hmm. We try to bring good savings to a lot of the people up here. I don't want to be considered a hoarder, so I decided we better put a bunch of the stuff we get extra up for sale. So we decided we'd open up the warehouse. I got to pay for the whole lot anyway, so we opened up the warehouse, hired some staff. We go to auctions every week, and sometimes twice a week, and you never know what's going to be in here.
What's the most unusual thing you think you've seen to date right now?
We just got rid of an old 1912 camera. Mm-hmm. I'm not a camera expert and had no idea what it was valued at. That was a pretty good lick we got on that one. I kind of like the collectibles. We're not crazy. We got a lot of fishing gear, hunting gear, kind of go towards the men's man cave sector of this shop.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But we are filling in for women too, because the old women kind of are complaining that we don't have enough for girls and ladies. So we're guiding that direction. But you don't know what you're going to find. And
so, Shorty, how do we find you and learn more information?
You can go online. We're all over eBay International, but shortiesresalewarehouse.com.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our visit to the Hocking Hills, and what a great place to visit just a little south of Columbus. Next week, we're going to be at a different time. We are going to be at 5 p.m., and we actually have an hour-long special. Have you ever wondered what's the best outdoor venues in the Columbus area, the best patios? Well, join us next week, 5 p.m., that's 5 to 6 p.m., right here on ABC 6.